What's up, people? This is the Real King Tim 187, and this is my deck profile on the Chaos Dragonsworn or Twilight Dragon. Let's go ahead and get started. First up is Sangan. Sangan is great in this deck. It has a couple different targets between Honest, Raikou, Lumina. Go ahead and get to those guys. Target number one, Honest. We have the main focus of this deck is well, not main focus, but one of the key things of this deck is the Lightsworn side of the house. So you see a lot of different Lightsworn monsters, so Honest works great with that. Running Trip Raikou, another target for Sangan. Then Lumina, special summoning ability also can be brought out through Sangan. Groff for draw power and some additional attack power. Lila for some back row destruction. Aaron for your face down monsters. Jane to jump over your big level 4s like Thunder King and so on and so forth. And finally we have 6 different Lightsworns in this deck, so I'll be running 1 Judgment Dragon. Alright, to continue on the Dragon side of the house, the key card of the deck, or one of the key cards of the deck, Red Eyes Darkness Metal, which is Raymond Trips. Able to revive Light Pulsar Dragon, Dark Flare Dragon, Eclipse Dragon if needed be. Which brings me to Eclipse Dragon. When he gets into the graveyard, he has multiple targets he can go for between the one JD, which is a good target for me to go for, the one Dad, the 3 Red Eyes Darkness Metals. So there's plenty of targets for Eclipse. If I have to put it in the graveyard and drive it out and send it back to the graveyard again, I'll still have some targets to send back in. Alright, now the real key to the deck, Light Pulsar Dragon, who is one of the reasons why this deck has a lot of different OTKs. He can be killed in a number of different ways, either by my opponent or by myself, via Dark Hole Torrential, Darkhorn Dragon, Judgment Dragon, however I want to do it. Kill him, bring Red Eyes Darkness Metal back out of the grave, bring Light Pulsar Dragon back, and continue on with the OTK. And then finally, Dark Flare Dragon. I originally didn't really want to run him, but after doing several play tests with him, I saw that he's great when it comes to graveyard control, setting up Dad, setting up more plays with Red Eyes Darkness Metal and Light Pulsar Dragon, setting up more chaos plays. All around, he's ran great up in here, so I'm going to be running him in trips and continue to play with it. Alright, starting up with the chaos side of the house, Darkhorn Dragon. He runs very fluently in this deck with the amount of cards you're going to be removing from play, and with your graveyard set up from Future Fusion and Dark Flare Dragon, and all the removing that you're going to be doing with the Chaos Monsters, Darkhorn Dragon works pretty good in here. Next up is BLS. Self-explanatory for him. He's a boss in himself. Especially you combine him with Honest, he's an OTK all by himself as well. And then finally, 3 Chaos Sorcerers. With the amount of milling and the great disparity between the light and dark monsters, you should be able to pull out the Chaos Monsters pretty easy in this deck. Alright, for the spell cards, leading off of Charge of Light Brigade, get your graveyard set up and search for yourself a Lumina or a Raikou, depending on how far in the duel you are. And combine that with Solar Recharge for some draw power with your Lightsworn monsters. Like I said, there's plenty of Lightsworns in this deck, so Solar Recharge should run pretty fluently. Next up, more draw power with Allure of Darkness. You have 11 total dark monsters in this deck, so Allure of Darkness runs pretty fluently in here. Last for the draw power is Pot of Avarice. Usually used for late game when I've loaded my graveyard up and need to continue with some more plays. Pot of Avarice can come in and do some life-saving moves. Next up, Future Fusion. Once again, graveyard control. And this deck is all about graveyard control, and Future Fusion is a great card to play up in it, especially setting up your Eclipses in your graveyard early on and setting up some immediate chaos plays. And then finish up with your staples of Dark Hole, Monster Reborn, Heavy Storm, and my back row hate of 3 MSTs. But that is my build of the Twilight Dragons or Chaos Dragonsworn or Dragonsworn. If you have any comments, any suggestions, leave them down below. And as always, when you enter the throne room, bow down to the king.